Tonight's final award is the Climate Change Project of the Year, awarded to the MBTA, in recognition of the T's year-long effort to be 100% powered by renewable energy. To tell us more about this significant accomplishment, please welcome Judy Chang, Undersecretary of Energy for the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs for the state of Massachusetts. Judy?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan. I am quite honored to introduce the EBC Award for Climate Change Project of the Year. As many of you know, the main pillar of decarbonization is to transition to clean electricity. This EBC Award for Climate Change Project of the Year is awarded to the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, or we all know MBTA. This award is to recognize the effort to negotiate the contracts for the authority and drive the adoption and expansion of the renewable energy for the entirety of MBTA's energy load, effective earlier this year. MBTA is the largest single consumer of electricity in Massachusetts, and MBTA's conversion to 100% renewable energy platform will set an example for the Commonwealth's carbon reduction goals. The contracts include the purchase of renewable energy credits, or RECs, for 100% of MBTA's electricity load, as well as provisions for purchasing 70% of the electricity at a fixed price. So it's a good deal and clean electricity. The MBTA's leadership in this area also extends to investing in on-site renewable energy projects that consists of wind turbines in Kingston and Bridgewater stations, small-scale solar projects at the Orient Heights and Braintree stations, and installed solar canopies at 3 additional MBTA sites. This is the type of leadership that we need for the state to move forward in the energy transition and decarbonization. So congratulations to MBTA for converting to 100% renewable energy platform with a continued investment in renewable energy infrastructure across the transit system. So we'll hear next from Andrew Brennan, the Senior Director of Energy and Environment for the MBTA. He will discuss and dive into more details about the transit system's conversion to this 100% renewable energy.
Clean energy and going towards a net zero future, I think government agencies need to be at the forefront of that. We're the largest consumer of electricity in the Commonwealth. We use a lot of diesel, we use natural gas, we consume a lot. Therefore, our carbon footprint is high. At the same time, we're one of the biggest entities that's impacted by climate change. So we're addressing this both on what we consider a mitigation point of view, reducing our carbon footprint, and a resiliency point of view, getting ready for the impacts of climate change. We have a special status as we're defined as a utility in our legislation. And so we have the ability to buy electricity separate and apart from everyone else. We buy it directly from the regional grid and we get their supply directly. So we're able to contract directly for the supply of energy. And we typically have done this in 5-year contracts, but in this round, we really wanted to build in renewable energy and take that opportunity that we didn't have before. We have contracted with Direct Energy and they have access to renewable energy all over the region. What we've required of them is to provide us with renewable energy credits that are certifiable and certified in Massachusetts, but it's coming from anywhere in New England. Not only are we buying renewable energy credits, but we are also generating our own renewable energy in some locations. We have a series of solar locations installed. We have a contract with a third party to build solar canopies in our parking lots. We're not buying general service, we're buying electricity. So it's not typical. So we had to design a procurement process that met all of our regulations for that. And also what was challenging was that we really have to decide what we're going to be consuming. We're on a point for the MBTA where our consumption will be changing a lot. We're bringing on new red and orange line vehicles, and while those will be more energy efficient, there will be more of them, so they'll be consuming more electricity. We're extending the Green Line service out to Tufts later this year, and so that's more energy there. Our electricity consumption in the calendar year is about 417 million kilowatt hours. That's a lot of electricity. When we look at it in terms of carbon, in terms of greenhouse gases, our electricity represents about 36% of our greenhouse gases. So this is a drop of a 36% drop in our greenhouse gases right away. We also have put a significant focus on energy efficiency, on just upgrading lights, heaters, boilers, compressors, anything that we can that's energy consuming. There will be more energy efficiency. Our general manager, Steve Poftak, was fully on board from the very beginning. We had extraordinary support from our board of directors. So I hope it gives our taxpayers and our riders and everyone else some confidence that we're doing the right thing, that we're using their resources wisely, that we're making good choices, both financially and environmentally. This is such a great award, and it's such an honor to be part of it, and cannot thank the EBC community enough for recognizing this. Thank you so much.
Undersecretary Chang, thank you very much for joining us and for that wonderful introduction. I'm looking forward to meeting you sometime. It's great to have you with us tonight. And Andrew, great reflections on the accomplishments of the EBC. I love your enthusiasm. One of the great pleasures is when I called you on my way driving back to JP, and I caught you on the phone, and your enthusiasm was wonderful. So it's a great project. The MBTA, the project team I want to acknowledge includes the MBTA, the Energy New England, and the KP Law. Here is Joseph Aiello, Chairman of the MBTA Finance and Management Control Board, accepting the award on behalf of the team. Joe?
Well, thank you very much. On behalf of the MBTA Board, our staff, and our teaming partners, thank you, New England Environmental Business Council, for this very, very high honor. We're really absolutely delighted. You've heard before, the MBTA is the Commonwealth's largest consumer of electricity. We're also one of the highest emitters of GHGs, so please hold your applause on that one. The T is undergoing an enormous transformation that will take decades to complete. Along the way, we'll have many victories of improved and new services, greater productivity of our workforce, and becoming a recognized leader in the battle against climate change. You've heard Andrew's remarks about the commitment of the staff to this very effort. The transition to 100% renewables made possible by our team is a critical first step toward decarbonizing our footprint. Its success is strategically important as we move to decarbonize our bus and regional rail operations, which comprise most of the rest of our GHG consumption, or emissions, I might say. Similar to this, renewables procurement, those tasks will not be easy. Also not easy will be the need to continue to invest in the resiliency threats brought upon by climate change. The T intends to lead in the transition to a zero carbon environment. We recognize the social obligation we have, as well as the economic uplift that our investments can bring. Thank you, NEBC, for this award, and we look forward to taking this journey together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Aiello, and congratulations to Andrew and your whole team at the MBTA on the significant contribution to climate change mitigation.